Yo guys, what's up? Matt from Upsilon Mining coming back at you with a interesting video today. So as you can see here, I am on the EVGA website, and what I am doing right now is I'm actually filing an RMA for a defective power supply, an EVGA 1300 watt G2 80 plus gold power supply. Now, what had happened was it's very interesting. It happened like so fast. I couldn't even explain what was happening. So I was just kind of messing around with my 3080 rig with the Dell RTX 3080s down there, and I shut the rig down because I was just doing some overclocks. And I went down there and I went to like turn, just about to turn on and turn it back off, turn it off and on to restart the rig. And like all of a sudden I heard like a loud pop. Like it was like a huge pop, man. It was like a gun going off or something. Well, maybe not a gun, but it was like loud, man. It was like a loud like firecracker just popped, and then everything shut off. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do now? I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, I thought maybe it was the PDU maybe that popped, or I wasn't sure what popped specifically, but I knew something popped, and then literally everything on the PDU shut down. So everything inside the one of my grow tents went offline. My 3090 rig complete went offline because it was also on the PDU, and so it turns out that the whole power supply tripped. Like so the breaker inside the PDU tripped, right, and then the breaker in my house tripped as well. So everything went shut down. Well, first thing I did was like, oh shit! So I unplugged everything like that was plugged into it, shut all the power supplies down, and then I slowly like just started turning, like just put the PDU back in, turned that on, make sure that was good, flipped the breaker back so everything was fine, put in my, a couple of my other rigs. I had my 1660 Ti rig on there, and that A2000 rig. I put those two on, and then I went and I knew it was coming from either the 3090 rig or the 3080 rig. So one of those rigs was running the two ATX power supplies, 1300 watts. I knew it was one of those. So I'm like, I couldn't figure out which one it was because it was so loud. It happened in a moment. I wasn't sure if it was from like the 3090 rig or the 3080 rig. I'm like, oh man. So I started like just it was so weird. I couldn't see smoke anywhere. I couldn't see any visible like damage or anything going on. So what I did was I just started like smelling. Like there's the power supply right there that went fried. That fried basically. It was an EVGA G2, and this is a conditioned refurb from Amazon. So I don't know what if it's related to that at all. But this thing popped, literally it popped. So I started sniffing out because I didn't know which one it was. It was 4 possible power supplies. At first I thought it was the Spider Miner because oh, that's a cheap Chinese power supply. I'm like, oh, that's got to be the one that popped, right? And it turned out that wasn't that. That's running up just fine now. I was surprised. In a lot of ways, I was hoping it was that one, but it wasn't. So, all right. So I started smelling in the back. I smelled all 4 of them, and then the one just smelled a little bit like a metallic burning, little not burning as much smoky, but like kind of like a metallic electronic smell. Like you could tell it was something burned. So I know a capacitor blew up inside of this one, and I found it. So then I put the other one back on slowly, which is the 3090 rig, and that's up and running. So that's running. That's got no problems going right now. Let me just load up the so this entire rig here, this 3080s, is down right now because I need a new power supply. I turned on just the one power supply to make sure it works, so the other one seems fine. And as you can see, I only got 3080s on this, running 240 watts when you do the math on that. So I was like, the 240 rule and all that. So 240 times 3 times 1.25. We're running on 240 volt, and we should be able to power at least 1300 watts on that, right? But this is only going to require 900, maybe 150 for the fan. So say 1,000, 1,100 max. But this is a 1300 watt power supply, and it can't seem to handle that for some reason. So if I go 1300 watts times 0.8, even 1,040. So like it should just be a good enough to handle that. But it wasn't, so it popped. And I don't know if it's related to the fact that maybe I needed a 1600 watt, but a 1300 watt should have been fine according to this, the basic math here. But I think it's related to the fact that this when I had bought, it was conditioned like new. Like when I bought it here, it was conditioned like new. So I'm thinking the fact that it was used, it just couldn't handle the load. And right now I'm kind of panicking because I hope there was 3 GPUs hooked up to it, and these obviously the whole rig shut down. So I'm gonna basically RMA this. So as you can see, I have this screen open here, and I'm ready to RMA this, burn, fire, smoke, or sparks, and I'm gonna see if I can request a replacement here. I don't know exactly the process here. What is this? So it looks like you need to put in a support ticket number. So I'm just going to put by 1300 watt power supply pop and shut off. Shut off when I try to power it back on. So I took it off the rig completely because I don't want it to like screw with anything. And tried to turn it back on. It literally sparked and then flipped the breaker again. So I'm like, all right, screw this. I'm not gonna mess around with this anymore. Because I was like looking inside to see if I could see a blown capacitor. I couldn't see anything. Breaker flip. RMA replacement. Thanks. So I'm just gonna send that in. Oh, I don't know this stuff here. Man, this matter. Let's see this. So view. Let's do it again. View history. So I don't know the ticket number here. Part number. ATX. This is like a Dell. Oops. Relax. No. Yes, I don't know. Why is it asking for... Please. It's asking for a support ticket number. Can I get a support ticket number, please? I don't know. I don't know, this just seems like so janky, like their process here. Alright, so I'm just gonna, can I even create it without that ticket number? I don't think so. I don't have a ticket number. It's annoying. Oh, anyways, guys, so I'm going to finish creating this support ticket. So basically, once I get the support ticket number, if I get it, I'm going to hopefully be able to get a replacement on this power supply. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't want the rig to be down for like a week or something. So I might go and try to find maybe another power supply off Amazon and then maybe just return that one or something. Don't tell anyone. Anyways, guys, I don't know, I did my due diligence, I got a decent power supply, I did the math, everything looked fine, I was running on 240 volts, the wiring's all fine, like I wasn't like, there's no splitting of the wires, there's no melted splitters or anything like that. I'm running just the connectors right out of the power supply directly into the cards. I ran 2 GPUs for the whole rig to prevent this from happening, and one just blew up. So I'm really just praying that my cards are fine. There's 3 cards that I'm worried about that were connected to this directly, that I'm hoping aren't gonna have issues. So anyways, guys, quick video. I just wanted to to put that out there and just let you know that I'm creating an RMA for this power supply, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope I could fix this power supply issue and get a replacement as soon as possible. I don't want to be down more than like a day or two, to be honest with you. So I might just go ahead and order another one from Amazon, or just get another power supply just for the time being until the RMA replacement comes in. I was able to submit the RMA after I recorded that last segment there. It turns out you actually have to open up. You have to start communicating with their support department, and they'll actually open the RMA for you with the ticket number and all that stuff. Anyways, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.